What's up, everyone? It's Robert over at Burton Racing. I just wanted to shoot a video. This might be a little long, it might be a little bit of a deep dive for everybody, but it's been a long time since you heard from us. So, this is a little bit of a check in, show you guys what we got going on, um, and just kind of show you everything and tell you everything that has kind of gone on this year. Since you haven't heard from us in forever, pretty much earlier on this year. So, Burton Racing is still just going. We are, just because we don't post on social media doesn't really mean anything. We have been, pedal to the metal. We've been just doing everything we can, trying to keep our stuff in stock. As with a lot of businesses, 2024, after the pandemic, and the whole COVID thing kind of like settled out and everybody just kind of got back in their groove, a lot of industries and a lot of companies, especially like niche and like, I consider this like a luxury because you don't need performance parts. Um, so a lot of those like extra stuff um, had a little bit of a slowdown. We did too. I don't think anybody was like, not affected by that. And if it did affect you, it could have been positive. I feel like most, where we're at in the world is kind of just, it slowed down a little bit. The needs changed and the your customers kind of changed too. And I'll kind of maybe touch base on that. If you guys ever want to like, talk business, we've been doing this a long time. Just to kind of introduce myself again to anybody that has just maybe bought a Burton Racing product but never really seen much about us because we're not really on social media like that. We focus on the product and taking care of our customers. And I'm Robert. We started doing this a long time ago. I'm older than I look. We've been playing with cars for 20 years, in a semi-professional world. Definitely going back 20 years. Back Fast and Furious days, we were putting body kits on. So I'm going to put it like that. That's kind of where everything came from, started for me. Racing background. My father did circle track, late model, open wheel modified, and my grandfather raced as well. Back to the point where they cut the back of a school bus off, and that's what they used as their car hauler. Upstate New York and stuff like that. My background, we race a lot of go-karts down here. It's expensive to race big cars. I mean, you guys see it. Even in the Honda world, I mean, just showing up with a loaded trailer and a car that can compete, it's six figures in a hobby. I am more invested in my business. I'm not as invested as like a lot of people. You guys follow people on Instagram and stuff like that. And like they got their one car and they put a lot of time and effort into it, and then they do like stuff on the side. I'm business oriented. My background is machining. By trade, I'm a CNC machinist. I have several years in the defense industry, several years in medical, and I have over 10 in aerospace, with main customers being Gulfstream and Boeing. So that's where I come from, is process engineering, manufacturing, like literally from, you guys watch the videos and like Titans of CNC, like that's what my life has been for the majority of my working career. So we take a block of metal and we turn it into something that's worth a lot of money. It's highly engineered. We work with, engineers directly. We make, changes on the floor. That's what I've done. That's just who I am. So a lot of people think like this is living the dream. It kind of is. Like, I really appreciate my customers. I appreciate our customers, our Burton Racing customers, because it's not just a dream of mine, but it has been for everybody that, works here and has worked here. Like, we try to make this cool, to the point where everybody comes in and they're like, oh, I get to work with performance cars. So that's really where we've been. I've had a day job for a long time. So in 2025, where we switched up is we leaned out in 24. we moved some things around, we moved some people around, and probably like, you know, a quarter to a third of the way through this year, I finally quit my day job so I can come in here and really spearhead it. Burton Racing has been wildly successful, as you guys know. We develop product. We, you know, we place thousands of orders throughout the year. Some of our products, I mean, we've really defined the industry with some of our products in the Honda, Acura, and Sport Compact, field. So we couldn't have done that without you guys. But in 25, we're kind of trying to take this to a, I mean, 25's over, but 25 was kind of like we're going to idle through and we're going to restructure and we're going to be really developed for 2026. We got a lot of products in the work. We're trying to step up our production and we just have a lot going on. I'm going to give you guys like a little walk around of the shop. A lot of people don't know. We're here in Central Florida. So we build the majority of our product right here. Yes, we are direct distributors for a lot of other, parts and components. So like we've been with Honda, AEM, Fuel Injector Clinic, ATI. We've been direct. That's a big thing for us. Like I said, we've been doing this a long time. We've been like actually in business as Burton Racing, building things. I was a certified welder out of high school. We did turbo kits and, we played with cars a lot. But developing a product and selling products, we've been doing this for 10 years straight. That's one thing about us. I like to remind people, you can shop anywhere. But the thing is with us, when you shop with Burton Racing, you're not just shopping with a person on social media. You're shopping with a real company that's going to be in business next year. We're going to answer your emails next year. We have the support and the expertise, and we have really good relations. Like, I have cell phone numbers to the people that, own or are very high up in the companies that you see on our website. So back in the day when AEM was independent, I mean, I can call whoever I want at AEM and I can ask questions or I can get something fixed. Honda, you guys probably watched the Honda video. I don't really want to dive too deep, but the B Pro thing that you guys saw at SEMA, Kevin was in some of their videos. Like I can talk to Kevin on the phone. We're really big on our relations with, the brands we offer and our customers. Our customers are very important to us. Like I said, we've been doing this a long time and we're going to continue. The thing about us is we're here, we're in Florida. We do have hours. I try to get to emails. If I get bored at night, I'll get on the computer. A ton of you guys, I'm sure, have gotten an email from me at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday. I do what I can for everybody. That's the big thing about me is, we do care about our customers. We want your car running just as bad as you do. When you spend money with us, it's really important that you get the product and it's operating how you wanted it to, how you thought it would. We don't sell snake oil and stuff like that. We sell real products that do real things, and it's really important to us that we have realistic expectations. Our customer has expectations, and then we shop for customers too. We want the right customers that are going to support us, be involved, help better product, and when issues do arise, they're willing to work with us to sort them out. So, that was a little bit of a ramble. Back to shop stuff though. We're 4,000 square foot here in Central Florida. We're located in Ocala. We're an hour, depending on traffic, we're getting busy down here. You guys know, especially you guys from New York, coming down visiting relatives, and the traffic's even worse than up there. So we're about an hour north of Tampa and Orlando, and we're about 45 minutes south of Gainesville. So just to show you guys, we are like literally, everybody says Central Florida, Orlando, Tampa, whatever. We're like Central Florida. So We're in 4,000 square foot here. 2,000 is, you know, climate controlled AC heat, and then we have the other 2,000 under roof. The shop has kind of changed. We have kind of two properties here. We've moved into the larger shop back, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, probably like 2021-ish, 22 maybe, I can't remember, but we renovated the shop we're at now. You guys will kind of see when I give you the walk around. And, you know, we're really proud. We work in a nice facility. It's nothing crazy, but we wanted to make it so like when you come to work, it's enjoyable, like it's comfortable, like stuff like that. So, and everything's easy to get to. So, and if you guys, I know I kind of dove into business and I dove into like, you know, location and stuff. If you guys have any questions, by all means, just, you know, hit me up. I really want to get more in social media. So, you know, as you guys know, it's been behind the scenes. I don't want to be anyone special. I just want to build product and, you know, give my customers like really good experiences. I don't need to do anything that, you know, the Burton Racing was always the important part. It's not about my face or me individually or anything like that. So I'll give you the walk around, and if you guys have any questions or anything, by all means, just, you know, maybe we can do more of these videos if you guys want breakdowns of stuff. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with mountain biking. We live right next to Santos Trails here in Ocala, so I got a Fidlock on my phone, and it's got like the whole stand thing going on right now. So I want, you know, I bought some little stuff so I can do short, quick videos. We have a nice camera, but I'm not a camera operator, so just so we can stay more connected. If you have questions, let me know. You know, maybe we could group them all up and we could do, I don't know, weekly or monthly check-ins or something like that. So like these are cubicles. I'm gonna try to put you in wide mode. Hopefully that works. So we got these cubicles. So we got 2 stations here. I'm up front there, and we had matching twin sets. You can see the EF there, and they were across. So we had like a hallway like straight down here, and then we had 4 cubicles total. That's when we were like really rocking and rolling, especially during like COVID, and, you know, everybody was busy. So, you know, just printer station, cork board, breaker box. We just keep our POs and stuff up there. For people that don't know, we do all of our ECU work here. So K-Pro, like, you guys aren't going to notice a lot of this, but, you know, we got power stations and stuff like that. We have good soldering equipment. That's one thing about us. When I buy something, I buy good stuff, because we want to have the best equipment so we can do the best job for you guys. Just miscellaneous packing stuff. Up here, like I said, we do K-Pro, S300, all that stuff. We're locked in. We're one of the biggest in the East Coast, and definitely the biggest in Florida for doing Honda stuff. If you need us, let us know. So we're doing K-Pros. We got them broken down. They're getting solder work tomorrow morning. We got some customer stuff. We label everything. We're real big on labeling everything. ECU station, tester. We got a tablet there. We check out all your S300s. We check out all your parts. Excess stuff on the bottom there. Everything's labeled. Fume extractor, all that stuff. So here we are. And this stuff, like this garage door, we have a room that's also like climate controlled in the back there. We had this table here. It's on the opposite side of this wall. And we still have a lot of storage out there, but we still have, like, we moved this inside, so we weren't working out of 2 rooms. We couldn't do that before because I'll kind of walk over here. we had these shelves and these racks. We had 2 more rows. So we had our cubicles here, and then we had racks all the way up to where that door came. So we didn't have like room. We kept all of our ECU work on the other side. So this stuff. So we're an AEM dealer, Synchrotech ATI spec. Our ATI is low right now. We didn't restock because they're doing some weird pricing stuff. I might touch base on that later. ECU master, we're low on injectors. Keep in mind, guys, Black Friday is coming. I'll probably touch base on that too. But AEM stuff, man, we keep like a big AEM catalog. We have the carts and stuff. They're labeled and they're assigned to racks. Right now we're kind of using them for something else, but depending on like what builds we have going on, you know, the cart will be assigned to the rack. This table, trash underneath, random stuff up top. This is actually getting moved. We're going to be doing some renovation type stuff here. I'll make my way that way. But gaskets, all our maintenance stuff, more Synchrotech, more ATI, more AEM. We got a bunch of PLM stuff down there, so like hot items. Hondata gaskets. Let me address something with you guys. We get a lot of like messages about gaskets. Like people are, I get it, but I'm going to explain this to you. People are upset that they don't come in here. Guys, we sell more heat shield Hondata gaskets than anyone else. They're not fake. You get them from Hondata. They look just like this. A little bit of marring and stuff. And then they have like, I mean, look at that side. That's not nice. Like that doesn't look good at all. But this is a genuine Hondata product. It's literally like genuine. And you pull out the next one, like not as bad, right? But that is what it is. We don't control that. That's Hondata. It doesn't always come in this or whatever. So yeah, a lot of maintenance stuff. We got distributors. We got a bunch of Chaos Tune stuff down here. NGK. We keep coils over here. This is kind of like random stuff. I'm working on that. This is where we keep Burton Racing products. So all of our boxes. So this is our fuse panel that goes for like our complete car wiring. We're low on switch panels and we're non-existent on engine harnesses. We're working on that. We got all of our accessory stuff like wrapped up. We're going to be working, like I'll explain some restock stuff later for Black Friday. This stuff, all Burton Racing product. This stuff, all Burton Racing product. So keep in mind, like, you know, we can't manufacture the sensor, right? That's manufactured in Taiwan. We test all these sensors here from TPS to MAP, etc. We test every single one. Every single one. We don't spot check them. We test every one. They get bagged. You don't get, this is not bagging from the manufacturer. This is us. If you get it in here, it means it's tested. It means we guarantee it. It has a warranty on it. All of our other stuff going on. We have ECU parts, you know, stuff like that. This is a hot item right here, our IC17s. We have our instructions that go with our kit, so they're easy to get to. You know, data logger stuff. We keep all that, like, a lot of that stuff's in stock. Like, that's for our external harness. And all this stuff, this is like, you know, we use the boxes because honestly, like, we can fit them and we need them long. So like harnesses, boom, COP harnesses, standalone. This is pretty cool. This is really popular. If anyone's interested in these, we have these in stock. A lot of people hit us up and are like, hey, how can I use your COP kit with Link ECU, Fuel Tech, Hall Tech, whatever, any tech you want? This is what you want. We sell so many of these to Hall Tech users, Link users, ECU master guys, because you don't need to buy our kit. Your standalone ECU can already do all the work. So it just needs the wiring portion. So boom, that's the wiring portion. It comes with the other connector. You can pin it to, like, if you have a sub harness or something, or you can just run wires, and everything like we're doing is color coded, and we're actually stepping it up even more, you know, just because we want to give you more bang for your buck. We're twisting everything. We're, like, you can see, guys, these are clean harnesses. We make these right here in this building. E85 stuff, boost by gear stuff, a bunch of like kit stuff, so like radiator fan stuff. You're running T1 cam triggers, or you're running like Dela Cruz cam kits. Shout out to Steve. This is what you want. Like, this is nice wire that is shielded, and the shielding is grounded and everything. So that is ready to plug into your dual pole T1. And if you're using Steve's single stuff, we got it right here with the 3-pin. And we like our dual rad, our dual pump. As you can see, empty box of fuel pump harnesses. That's kind of got a little bit of everything. Got a mock-up motor here with trans. Everything we do, as you can see, labeled. Anything we like kind of touch at least once a month is going to be on these 2 racks. And then anything over here, like if we got to use it quite a bit, it's here. If not, we keep it in the back room in storage. The table's messy, so don't mind that, but we're working on fuel pump harnesses. We have some like stuff that we're kind of testing, and we're like deconstructing, and we're also like building anew. So prototype stuff is hanging up. We got some COP stuff. We cut off from this run of COP. We have enough to fill up the rest of that box next to the one that I just showed you that was full. So we're gonna finish wrapping those up, but I just showed you the empty fuel pump box, and here we are. So we're working on these guys right now. So we're getting those stocked back up. We got pins and terminals that we frequently use, heat shrink, wire that we frequently use, extra terminals, and just some miscellaneous stuff. We don't do custom work, but like, sometimes we need things to like get something going here, so we can actually prototype stuff correctly. 3D printer toolbox with all of our crimpers and stuff. We got these racks going on right now. You saw under the table there. We're modifying to put these boxes on so they'll slide up under the table. Like I said, this guy's going to be gone, and we're going to be sliding these over, and I'm going to put a couch there. We kind of like want to make stuff, we want to be able to hang out in here if we have to. So here we have basically our pick and pull cart. So we'll take this over. We'll put our order slips in here, one for each. And if we have any oversized items, we'll put it down below, and then we'll just take it over and we'll pick our orders. This is for like done ECUs and stuff that's going out. That's what we use this for. Like I said, this is temporary, but we do repurpose our packaging the best we can. Computer setup. This is our shipping station. So we'll print all of our orders off our Dymo, and then we have a scan system. So all of our stuff is barcoded. That's why you'll see that like those Hondata gaskets and a lot of other stuff that comes from other suppliers, it doesn't come with a barcode, but just so we have good inventory management, we actually barcode it ourselves a lot of the times if it's a hot item. If it's not, we don't worry about it. Got our tape machine with our Burton Racing tape, our swag and stuff like that. We kind of did away with the koozies. This generation is like, well, I guess the next group of car guys is like all, you know, not a lot of beer drinkers and working in the garage anymore. It's like vaping and stuff. So whatever that, by all means do what you got to do. So that's different. We've really been like just, giving out our air fresheners. These have been pretty hot, real popular. We'd like to do another run. I'd like to do another run of our cars where like our customer cars, like shout out if that's you or whatever, but we'd like to do more with you guys, for sure. Got a scale. We got a big scale. If we have oversized packages, we keep all our boxes over here, and this is like our bins. We roll these outside once we do our shipping for the day, stuff like that. Bubble mailers below, bubble mailers over there, bathroom, front entrance, office. And like I was saying, we want to get a couch in here, like overflow atop the office with the stairs. I like little stuff, like stuff that you get inspiration from. We watch a lot of anime and stuff like that. I'm into like fashion stuff. We drink Liquid Death, so we have like our last name's Burton, so we have the Burton Liquid Death snowboard coffin board up there. I got more boards that I need to hang up, but we just haven't got there yet. Like, I like to go places like, Billionaire Boys and ice cream and stuff like that. These are out of the Snap-on Top Fuel car. We've been pretty tight with our Snap-on truck. Well, we have been for so long, so like we get little hookups here and there. But that's the shop. So the EF is here. We have some development to do. We got ECUs we're working on getting ready. We're getting ready for Black Friday, so getting a lot of K-Pro ECUs prepped and stuff. This is like a junk cart. We got parts for our mock-up K-Series, and I got parts for this car here. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff in development. The windshield, I put a new windshield in this car, and it literally, I think kids got in it and like kicked it because it's like busted from the inside out. Or something, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So yeah, I'm not putting a windshield in this for a while. So that's the shop. Black Friday stuff coming up. I'm gonna warn you guys now. I'm gonna put out this video, I think it's Wednesday, and we have a lot of price updates. We've held out on price updates for a really long time for you guys, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the price updates are gonna be in effect before Black Friday. They aren't right now. The web team's working on it. So things are going to be getting done like simultaneous. So if you need something right now, I promise it's going to be cheaper if you just bought it right now than after we jump, the price jumps up and then we put a little discount on it. So if you need, I'm not even saying this to scare you guys, like, and it's not Burton Racing product. It's like everything else. Like we have tens of thousands of SKUs that are going up in map pricing, especially like AEM. Got a bunch of injectors that are going up. We got a ATI damper going up. So literally over 10,000 SKUs. The price is going up. So we're working on that actively. It's going to be done before Black Friday. Don't wait till the last freaking day, because I would like to have it done by the end of next week. That's my goal, is to have all of our pricing in order into next week. Black Friday, as you guys know, we've never really taken a bunch of pre-orders and stuff. Like, that's one thing. Insert whatever company's name. They take your money and you don't hear from them. You may never hear from them. Remember that company, Vane Engine Stands? You remember those guys? Yeah, I told you not to buy from them like 5 years ago, and then they ran off with everyone's money. So yeah, and they're the guys that are, constantly posting shops, new locations, stuff like that. We've been here, guys. We've been here for my entire life, to be honest with you. We've been in this facility my entire life. We own this facility. So we're not going anywhere. Now, we haven't really taken pre-orders. We're not really going to take pre-orders, but I'm just letting you know, like, some of the items are going to be out of stock, like our engine harnesses. We're not going to have those done before Black Friday. Like, realistic goal, we want to be releasing, like, we're working on switch panels too. As you saw, like, we only had blue panels in stock. Not really ideal. So we're going to be working on all of that. Realistic, like, engine harness, we should have those, like, we should be able to ship those December. Late December would be, like, realistic, because we have the fuel pumps are going to be done next week. Fuel pump harness and the expansions. We need to finish up the rest of the COP harness build that we broke off from. We got to do that. And there's, like, a bunch of, like, little product that we need to get wrapped up and get on the website. And I might shoot, like, some little product videos here and there as well. That's really the goal, is to kind of get you guys more acclimated, you know, show face more, get more acclimated with who we are, what the product is and what it does and how it can benefit you. Because a lot of you guys, you know, we have really good product, you know, build quality, you know, and the functionality of it, like, you guys have been really successful. We've had product on every type of car you can imagine. All, you know, cars that are in competing, like, at World Cup and stuff like that, all the way down to daily drivers. So we know, like, the performance and the reliability is on par. And that's really what we've really connected with our customer base, because we've known we excel with, like, the DIY, the weekend warrior. We want to sell you a product that you can unbox it, unbag it, and install it in your garage. Like, that's our big thing. We don't want you running to the hardware store to buy random stuff, bolts, screws. Oh, you're missing a connector or this. Like, everyone has their faults, but when you guys have hit us up for, like, issues like a missing connector, or just like an afterthought, like, oh, well, I know it says it's for this, but I actually have this. How can I connect it? Like, a lot of times we just, like, send you something. Or we will hold your hand for the most part. With certain things, like certain chassis and applications, it requires a connection between, like, us explaining something, you doing a little bit of homework, and then us meeting in the middle so you can get a good end result. And we really appreciate our customers. For the most part, you guys are awesome. You work with us, and, you know, we couldn't really, when it comes to a lot of the stuff we sell, it requires a little bit of, you know, know-how. That's like any performance part you buy. It's like, disclaimer, should be installed by a professional. We really, you know, legally, we have to say that too, but we know that the average person has the ability to do it, especially if you're kind of versed in automotive stuff. If you've been working on a car for a while and, you know, righty tighty lefty loosey, like, you can kind of stay out of trouble for the most part, then that's our ideal customer. Like, we really enjoy working with you guys, because it's so gratifying to work on your car and then boom, like, you did it yourself. You saved money, you have an awesome end result, you're real happy about the quality, you know, you feel fulfilled. Like, we, growing up, like we were saying, we did, like, body kit stuff. That's where I started, like, 20 years ago. We just did body kit stuff, like, you know, sanding down the fiberglass, laying the sheet, all that stuff, putting skim on the panel. We are wanting you to feel that in a world where, like, it's like wheels and suspension are a build, and you know, that's kind of where the world is. When you do something and you, like, you know, install that fuel pump, or you do all the mods so you can take it to go retuned and all that, it's real. There's, like, no other feeling than getting in your car after you worked on it and everything works, you know. That's why we kind of do it, right? So if you guys have any questions for me or anything like that, just let me know. We can talk business, we can talk shop, we can talk product, and like I said, we do have business hours, but shoot an email. The website, the disclaimer is, typically I try to get all to them like before the end of the day, but if it does go 2 days, we manufacture stuff here. Like, we're a small team. It's made in America. Our first job is manufacturing product, and supporting the customers. So like, if you hit me with some oddball questions and I got to think about it, just give me a little time to think about it. That's all I ask. So that is it for this video. If you have any questions, if you want to see any specific product, I know we have videos for our more popular stuff, but if you guys see something on the website and you like, hey, how do I hook this gauge up or something like that, or whatever, like questions about like Hondata stuff, ECU master, like any, or like you saw a clutch on our website and you're like, hey, what's a cheap alternative? Like, we've done it all. We've put eBay clutches on cars. We've used AutoZone axles. We've done all that stuff. Or you just say, hey, I used this, it broke, what could I have done? Like, we want to be here to help you guys, expertise wise, and like, we really want your car to be where you want it to be. We don't do this to slap you on the head, get that big payment for the build you have coming up. Like, most of the products we sell, man, they're under $200. Like, you can piece it together as you go, and we can be there every step of the way. We don't need to go balls to the wall. We don't need to go all out every single time. We're not here to hit you with a big invoice. We're here to help you. And another thing, our phone, you guys probably have noticed this, but our phone wasn't on the website. Our phone number wasn't on the website for a while. Now, the reason for this is because people don't respect time zones. We get a lot of international calls. Keep in mind, when I say, we sell everywhere, we sell everywhere. We have packages. We ship to Australia almost every single week. We ship to New Zealand. We ship to Japan. We overnight parts to Japan. And that's a good feeling. We appreciate all of our international customers. We have a lot of South America customers, little bit of a language barrier and stuff like that, and we use Google Translate. We try to meet you guys. We try to do what we can for you. But the biggest issue was I was getting calls at like 1 a.m. and I do have a cell phone for the business, so you guys can send me pictures and stuff. That's real valuable for our customers too. I know we really need everybody to be on page email wise. Like, if you have a technical question, you want to share things that require documentation like pictures, it's best to email that to us, because then I can go back and reference it. I don't always have access to the old messages and stuff like that on phone. The text is not as intuitive. I understand, like, it's convenient, but it's not going to give us the best end result, and I can't break it down for you the way I can through an email. So you can email us. But we are open to text. We are open to phone call. I now just put the work phone on silent. So no offense to anybody, but at night it just goes on silent. If you're out in California and you're calling 6 o'clock your time, we're closed. I'm sorry about it. But that's where we're at. Now, if you shoot me an email or you shoot me a text and like, hey, I really need to talk to you on the phone, or I really need a good explanation here, but I work 8 to 5 every day. When can I call you? Guys, we're going to do everything we can for you. We're not just going to, oh, well, it's 8 o'clock my time. I don't really care. Whatever. We're not going to do that to you. We'll figure it out. We'll meet in the middle. We'll do what we have to do to help our customers. So that's really where we're at. Phone numbers on the website. You can text that number, but if it's anything descriptive beyond like, hey, does this look right? Send it by email, please. That's going to be the best thing for everybody. If you need a call, you want to check stock, for Black Friday, we're kind of doing a big website update. A lot of the stock is incorrect. We had to turn off live stock for a little while, so everything can run through, like the web team can get everything updated, like the manual updates. We can't do them both at the same time. So if you want to call and check stock, or like, you know, not all of our manufacturers or brands allow us to have access to their live inventory. So not everything is live inventory. Unfortunately, something may be on, it may say in stock on the website, but we don't have updated numbers automatically. What we do for inventory that has to be manually updated, the web team will go through and we'll run price checks on everything, and we'll run inventory checks on everything, and that's kind of how it gets updated. We really only do that like once a month. So, just bear in mind, if you need a product and it's like, from a small company or something like that, we may not have, up to date live inventory on it. It may say in stock, but hey, call us. We'll, as long as I'm not on lunch, I'll hop on the computer and we'll see. We'll check. I think that's everything. So if you guys want to know anything or whatever, I think we're kind of done for this video. So keep us in mind, www.burton-racing.com. That's a straight dash across. Go to the contact us page. If you're trying to email us, we have had a few customers in the past who are like, hey, I've been emailing you for weeks. They always forget the dash. So by all means, go to the contact us page on the website. Scroll down and you can contact us sales for, price inquiries, stock checks. If you purchase from us and you need some technical information, the best way to contact us is with the info email. So info@burton-racing.com. So it's best to copy and paste from the contact us page. That way you don't get confused with the dash. But I think this is it. Good night, guys. And leave some comments.